Okay, so tell me, is this what you want? Seriously, pause for a second. And I'm not saying this to diss her, but I'm curious. Is this who you want to be? Because this is not, nor will it ever be me. If this is what it takes for me to live my soft life, I absolutely do not want it. But the reality is, this is the soft life that is getting traction. For example, this video by Sheree World, How to Level Up and Get a Soft Life. This video is all about selling that Black Malibu Barbie beauty. I've been seeing a lot of influencers making soft life all about the aesthetics and money and the soft life. And honestly, it completely misses why this movement was even started. Not to mention, this is why you might think soft life is out of reach for you, that it's something only rich, privileged, or lucky women can experience. Or maybe you feel guilty for wanting this kind of life and that you'll be seen as lazy because the underlying vibe in our American context keeps telling us that you have to grind, hustle, and prove yourself to be a worthy part of community. But it's all a brainwashing lie because soft life isn't about money, aesthetics, or perfection. It's about freedom, alignment, and rest. And it's accessible no matter your bank account, your job, or the chaos that you might be living through. I can say this because I've lived it. I've traveled across the world. I've climbed the corporate ladder as a technical designer. I've bought a condo. People have asked me, how can I do that too? Even though I'm not rich, through burnout, setbacks, financial stress, I've built a soft life that actually works. And I've made it my mission to help other women do the same. So, in this video, let's talk about what soft life looks like for me without this rich aesthetic, the villain that keeps Black women from real freedom, why the influencer version of soft life is missing the point, and how to start creating a soft life on your own terms. Let's get into it. So, I stumbled on my soft life years ago, and it didn't look like riches, perfect Instagram feeds, or over manicured Barbie dolls. It was messy. It was a little chaotic, but my journey ended up being less about building a soft life and more about reconnecting to me, even though it actually started as a mission to get out of corporate America. It's becoming a popular vibe to believe that a soft life is about getting to a certain status where you have more money. And so we think to ourselves, if I work harder, I'll get more money and I'll finally get my soft life. And if I can't seem to get that more money, I'll never be able to get that soft life. But that's not how it looked for me. Back in 2015, when I was at wit's end with my job, I really just wanted life to be different. And the change that actually moved the needle was not what I changed in my life, but what I reconnected to back in me, connecting back to myself and to my values. I started doing a bunch of hard work that helped me define me in a deeper way that I've ever done before. And that shift created reprioritization. I no longer wanted to climb the corporate ladder. I didn't need everyone to see me accomplishing a lot. I just wanted to live a life I loved. Instead of putting it off, I decided we're not putting it off anymore. I'm going to live those things right now. I was coming out of burnout, making space for me to heal and asking, how could I never end up like this again? I didn't know to use this word then, but all of this closed the gap of feeling behind and helped me live in what I now realize is alignment. Alignment meaning that I've created a life that doesn't make me put off certain parts of me until an ambiguously, culturally appropriate time that might never come. I'm living me, all of me for that matter, right now. And that is the part that feels good, the part that feels soft. I could describe what that means and looks like for me, but that's not what would be the most helpful for you. So this is not about trying to create a monolith of what this could look like. I'm here to help you define what soft life looks like for yourself, for you, and start living it right now. Make a list of all the things you deeply want to do, but tell yourself, no, that's not okay to want that. I shouldn't do that. These are things that are the freedoms that for some reason you don't feel you deserve or aren't allowed to have. Meditate on this question, make a list, and then from that list, the image of your ideal soft life will start to form. It's okay if it doesn't look like what everybody else has. Soft life isn't about chasing an image. It's about building a specific vision of freedom and rest in real life based on you and what you want. But here's the thing, there's a villain in a way, bigger challenge that might keep you stuck. And most of us think it's because I'm broke, right? The reason I don't have a soft life. But the real reason Black women don't have their soft life isn't about being broke. It's deeper. Something we can't immediately see and something that takes work to acknowledge. The name of it, it's scarcity mindset. The villain that hides in our beliefs and convinces us there's never enough money, time, energy, love, opportunity for us to get what we need out of life or even want out of life. Now, I know you don't wake up and say, oh my gosh, I have a scarcity problem. But here's what you do say. Oh, I can't afford to invest in myself. There's never enough time. I feel so alone. I wish I could find my people. But here's what's really going on. When you say, I can't afford to invest in myself, what you're really saying is, I have to put everyone else first before I give myself permission to invest in myself. Or when you say, there's never enough time, what you really mean is, I'm too busy giving my time away to everyone else rather than using some of it for me. And when you say, I feel so alone, I wish people would finally see me, I can't really find my people. What's really happening is that you've gotten so used to doing things on your own that you have a hard time allowing people in. You stop asking for help and you've gotten accustomed to jumping up to do something even before someone has actually asked you to do it. Look, no judgment. I've done every single one of these things. And at first, I thought it was just about hustle culture until I dug deeper and I realized it's also been about the subconscious scarcity manifesting of these excuses and fears to convince me to keep doing it all on my own. That scarcity troll says that I'll be rejected when I finally get up enough nerve to ask. Or it says, I can do it faster by myself. And it also says, oh, they won't do it the right way. So I'll just do it myself. All of these scarcity vibes tell us that letting go is not possible before we even start. And therefore, we start to get into this cycle of self-sabotage. Can you see what I mean? Scarcity mindset is an absolute troll and it steals your freedom, energy, and peace. It convinces you to work harder to get things that could actually come more naturally. Our soft life is blocked by our beliefs, not our circumstances. So this is an ongoing journey, even for me. I'm no stranger to hard work, and I sincerely thought that I could work hard enough to get ahead. But the shift that I had to make in my mind when I realized scarcity mindset for what it is, and this is the real thing you can do to help you make that shift. Pay attention when scarcity mindset shows up. Sometimes we try to cope by automatically trying to just put something out of our mind. But instead, I want you to ask when those thoughts come up, what does it look like for me to have enough? What does it look like for me to be enough when it comes to this part of my life? And it gives us this opportunity to question why we think that way and start building a life we want rather than something we think we have to do. This is just the start, but I have resources to help you keep going. My soft life assessment is the next step in getting that support and resources. It's a quick way to see where scarcity mindset might be showing up in your life. And it gives you a green, yellow, or red rating so you can know exactly how to start shifting toward your soft life today. The link is in the description, okay? And if you're wondering why this is still hard, here's what nobody needs, but social media is absolutely pushing to us all the time. Influencers keep showing soft life as this fly nails, designer handbags, and curated lifestyles. Getting dressed and putting on makeup is the hardest thing they can manage to do all day long. Some say it's aspirational, but I actually think it misses the point. A lot of people online have made soft life look like luxury shopping hauls and endless vacation. So now most of us think that soft life means being lazy, bougie, or that only the rich people can do it because none of the rest of us can afford to live like that. But soft life was never about exclusion or elitism. And when the movement started on Nigerian TikTok with the creators back in 2022 showing a different way of life, it was all about prioritizing ease and peace and empowerment, not hustle, not grind, and not a trophy wife. Next time you see someone saying soft life is luxury content, I want you to pause and ask yourself, should I be watching this person? And am I chasing this lifestyle? Or am I attracted to this because I want to build a freedom that I haven't had the opportunity to live? Because when we buy into the lie that soft life is just for them, we block ourselves from reclaiming what was always supposed to be ours, all of ours, supposed to be ease and rest for all of us. Soft life is really about prioritizing well-being, peace, and intentionality. But we've been conditioned to believe that if we're not grinding, we're failing. Ease and laziness, like, how are we equating that? Those are not the same thing. Choosing rest is not laziness. It's actually this wisdom. It's the pregame. Think about it. Black women have been carrying families, jobs, and communities on our backs for generations. Nobody can say that we don't know how to work, okay? So when we choose the rest, we're not slacking. We're actually recalibrating. We're saying my body, my joy, my peace, they come first, and I should be putting them first now and forevermore. That shift is powerful because it pulls us off this hamster wheel of proving ourselves and back into living for ourselves. Soft life didn't just pop up out of nowhere. It's rooted in something deeper, and we've been connecting to that deeper part. We've been told the only way forward is through struggle and sacrifice, but we're like, nah. Before slavery, before colonization, our lives were grounded in joy and in our community. And soft life is this rebellion, this reclamation of us. Generations of Black women have been forced into survival mode, expected to be strong at all costs, but it's killing us. The stats of maternal mortality, chronic stress, and burnout don't lie. Reclaiming soft life means letting go of the martyr role, letting others step up, and creating room for our own joy and rest. Because when we stop seeing ourselves only as workers and caretakers, we start remembering we are whole women. worthy of peace without having to earn our way through the pain to get it. There really are two paths here. Most people think the goal is to chase that influencer version of the soft life, big trips, fancy brunches, looking effortless. But that kind of soft life actually leads to more burnout because it's just another performance. Meanwhile, the original intent of the movement was always about liberation. To live softly is to live freely without the constant grind or the weight of everyone else's expectations. And that doesn't mean we stop working. It just means that we do it differently. So here's the filter. Ask yourself, does this version of soft life I'm chasing, does it drain me or does it actually free me? Because one will keep you stuck in hustle culture with a prettier mask, and the other one will break the cycle completely. At the end of the day, soft life is not a trend. Some people still see it as a frivolous hashtag or a luxury fantasy, but the truth is, it's a radical interruption, a generational change from overwork and sacrifice. For centuries, Black women have been expected to give our labor, our care, our health until there was absolutely nothing left. But soft life says this ends here. Living softly looks like practical and daily choices, like saying no to the extra shift, letting someone else cook dinner, booking that doctor's appointment you've been putting off. Small steps that add up to freedom. Because for us, this is bigger than naps and bubble baths. Those are the start. But this is all about rewriting the story for ourselves and the generations coming after. Here's the thing. Soft life is accessible, but it's not instant. It's not about flipping a switch or copying someone else's influencer's morning routine and then everything is perfect. It's a transformation that takes time and it starts small. I used to believe the same thing that a lot of us do. If I just plan better, if I just manage my time, if I get more space, if I make more money, then I'll finally be able to rest and it'll feel good, right? And I thought that that was the formula. So I chased it. I got better jobs. I thought maybe if I find the right boss, I won't be so drained. That didn't work. Then I thought, okay, I'll start my own business. And if I control my schedule, I'll finally have peace. But none of those things actually changed and created the soft life. The shift didn't come from fixing everything on the outside. It happened when I sat down and asked myself, what does my version of this soft life actually look like for me? And then I started really small. I started shifting things and doing those things to make that a reality. Some days it was as simple as closing my laptop at 6 p.m. and going for a walk. And other days it was letting myself nap without guilt. I asked my body, what kind of rest do you need today? And then I would give it to myself in tiny doses. Those small acts didn't feel huge in the moment, but they started to compound and I started to do them more. And it made more space for me to start building my soft life in other ways. It opened me up to more perspective. Over the next couple of years, my life shifted from being on 24/7 to living my own soft life. So I know if you're starting small, you're like, wait, how is this going to work? Hear me when I say that every small step compounds. Once you challenge scarcity mindset and hustle culture, and start building life systems that empower rest, your life shifts from being on 24/7 to living your soft life, regardless of whether you're in a homemaker or writing a sales email. Now that you see why soft life isn't about money or aesthetics, here's where things get actionable. In the next video, I'm showing you how to actually start creating your soft life, and it starts with one small, intentional step every week. Click this video right here, and I'll see you there.